Hey guys, welcome back. In this episode we'll just look at posting these replies and then showing them. So first of all, we have a few fixes we need to make. So if we just go to a post that doesn't exist, we'll see that it's infinitely loading. So what we want to do is we want to just set this to null by default. We want to say not post of title, v if no post. And not loading or loading. And then we want to change some other stuff, but we want to change this v post, and then we need to change one more thing down here. It's gonna be document title, so post. Otherwise, it's just gonna be not found. All right. So that's working, and then we also want to set the document title. We want to reset that when someone hits the home component again. So we'll just say video board. So if we go back, changes back to video board, which it wouldn't do before. And then we want to just change something in the reply comment, which is this is wrong. This needs to be is12 mobile. And then we have one more thing, which is in the comment. So in here, we have to make a computer property with timestamp. Then if we just go into here and copy this, and then we'll just say instead of this post, we'll say this comment, and then we'll replace this with timestamp. And then when we look, that is working. So now we can get started on, first of all we need to find a solution to, because if we want to show that a comment is updated or we want to reload these comments, then we would have to basically emit from this component to this one, emit from that component to this one, and emit from this component to to the post view component. So that isn't really a nice solution. So what we're going to be doing instead is we're going to be using Vuex. You might have already heard of that. It's basically a global state manager for VueJS. And we're just going to install that now. So that has installed, and I'm just going to run my server again, npm run serve. And then we want to head into our main.js file, and what we'll do is we say import Vuex from Vuex, and then in here we'll say vue.use Vuex, and then in here we'll say store equals require store.js default. So we need to create a store.js, and if you're gonna have more stuff in your store, you probably want to split this up, but I'm just gonna say export new vuex.store. So modules is gonna be post, state is gonna be post equals null. Then we just want to go down here and we want to say getters post state return state.post. I'm going to add mutations. So in here we're just going to create a mutation that will set the post. So this is just going to simply set the post to the post we pass in. And we're going to have the set post it's just gonna simply reset our post. So we don't need to pass anything in there. We're just gonna say this.post equals null, state.post equals null, and then we're gonna have actions. It's gonna be set post. To receive a commit in here, I want to receive the post. So we're gonna say commit set post to the post, and then we're gonna say reset post. Also gonna receive a commit in here, and then we'll just say commit reset post. Alright, so I think that's it. We could add a namespace to this, but yeah, we'll just first check how we get along without it, because yeah, we won't be using Vuex a lot. So now we're just gonna go to our browser and just check Vuex is not defined. So what we need to do in here is just quickly import Vuex from Vuex, refresh. Alright guys, I'm back just to find out that this is a typo. You need to capitalize this S. Alright, so now it's working again. So we head into our Vue DevTools, check the base state, which is post, and inside of there we have a post object, which is null. Alright, so now we want to go into post.vue, and instead of setting this.post, we'll leave that in for now, but we also add this.store.dispatch set post, and I will say rest.data.post. So if we check, then that has called, so you can see that set post has been called, and then inside of here you'll see an object with all the stuff from the response. So instead of this, we want to add a computer property post, and that is going to return this.store.state.post.post. So let me first log out the state. Alright, so this is obviously wrong. Alright, so that is like I expected. This is completely wrong. It needs to be inside of here. So if I now look, post is already defined in data, so we need to remove this. So then we see that it's still not fully working. Alright, so we need to add a return to that. So now if I go to my View tab and I just check in here, comments, and modify one, if I can do that. I don't think I can. Right, so I don't think I can do that, but we'll just check that out later. So if I then, after this is finished, I'll just test that out real quick. So then This is sort of dispatch set post, set it back to empty or something. There you can see that it has become empty. Alright, so now we want to handle submitting this post off, and then we want to basically reload these comments and posts. So instead of here, we're just going to do essentially the same as in our side of our new post.view. So if you click it, you're going to receive the loading thing indicator. So we're just going to say loading to false. Creating, we don't really need that. So if you click the button, which is, so we want to say this again, add submit, and then below here we'll say methods, submit reply, and then we want to, so we still need to have the post ID in here, which we can actually grab from the store, but we also want to have our comment ID. So we need to pass that in comment. So we'll say parent comment parent equals comment.id. So that's going to be the parent comment ID. So if we just add that to our props, alright, so we're going to say axios.post, and instead of my form data, I'm just going to say, have a look here, comments create, we have the post ID, just going to be, I'm also going to pass that in here, because that's a bit easier, say post equals comment. Actually, do we have that available? If I just take a look here, yeah, we do have that available, so I'm just going to say comment.post ID, this.post, and then we have the parent comment ID. It's going to be this.parent. The body is going to be empty by default, but what we can do in here is we're just gonna comment/create, and then we'll pass in this.form.data, and then we want to do something with the response and catch if we have any errors. So we're just going to console.error the errors, set loading to false, set the errors to error.response. Quickly check what the syntax was for this. I think error.response.data.errors, yeah. And I think that, yeah, that should be it. So if we get success, we want to also set the loading to false. Set the, we can also do is the thing we want to essentially change the entire form. So we'll set loading false, errors to empty, oh yeah, errors to empty, data to and then this.form.data.body. Alright, so that should be called, so yeah, let's check out what's going to happen now. body must be at least 10 characters, so our validation message is working. So if we just make this a little longer, then we get an error, create, selected parent comment ID is invalid. So if I just check in, I added in a parent comment ID of 8, but for some reason the post ID didn't come through. So the prop isn't passed in here for some reason. So let me just check again. Parents, have we added it to reply comment? Oh, yeah, forgot that. So we just need to add in post. Alright. So if we now look, we should see that it is working, but I don't think our form.loading should be set to true. This is form. And this dot form. Alright. Alright, great, that is working. I just want to change the order of this. Alright, that's better. Yeah, so now I want to quickly check this out. Comments, none. So this is overflowing, which I don't want. Oh, this should be hidden, of course. Alright. So now we need to basically refetch these posts. Or we could add it to the array of that thing, but we'll just keep it simple and we'll just dispatch the store event. So if this post is successful, we'll say this.store.dispatch. So what we need to set the post again. So to do that, we need to refetch these posts, basically. Alright, so to fetch this new post, what we need to first of all do is just fix this thing. Alright. So we want to refetch these posts, so we'll just make this a bit dirty. This is completely wrong, I think, but we'll just refetch this. So that if this is finished, we'll just call this .getPost. So if I now check it out, you can see that it has updated. So we want to remove this field, and that is shown inside of here with is replying. So we do actually want to emit this dot emit hide form, which gets done inside of here. Alright, so if you take a look, post gets added and the form gets hidden. Alright, so now we just want to have a reply form here. So in the post, what we're going to say, import reply comment from what would be the best thing? Yeah, I think right here. So yeah, we'll just do it here. I was thinking maybe we could do it inside of our comments thing, but I think this makes more sense. So just put it here. Register that. Reply comment receives two properties, parent, which we don't have, and post. So post is going to be post.id. And yeah, that's it. So now we see our little ugly form here. So it doesn't really submit properly, but if we just take a look at what we emit again, so now we can say, because it's comment posted, it makes it a bit more general. So inside of here we'll say, I think this is not submitting off for some reason. Let me just check. Network. Oh, so it has posted. Oh, so it is going through. We'll just test once more to make sure. Oh yeah, so it is working. All right. So I don't think this looks that great. So we'll just wrap this in a card or something. I'm not sure, guys. So yeah, we'll just remove that card. It doesn't really look that good. Just say reply to this post. So just keep that simple for now, and then inside of here what we'll do is we'll just put the iframe, and actually maybe we want to have it a bit smaller, a bit more narrow, instead of this big thing. So we'll go to our home.vue, copy this, and see what it looks like if we put everything inside of there. Alright, so that doesn't look that great because it's a bit small. 10. I think 10 is better. So on tablet we'll just make it full width. And the offset on desktop is going to be 1. So I think this is a bit better. You can of course change this if you do not agree. Comment.view, reply comment. I do want to make this a bit bigger again. I'm going to say 8 on tablet and 6 on desktop. Maybe that's too enthusiastic. 4, 5, 7. I think it was good actually. Alright, so we'll just leave it like this. And then we want to show the iframe here. and yeah, the post title and the post body. So we'll go to post, format this real quick. So we'll go here, and then we'll go to post card. We'll just copy this iframe. We don't want to autoplay this though. Just want to have the rel as null. And then what I'll say, check if this works. Yeah. So the height will be like 500, 600. Still think that's a little big, to be honest, so just do columns again. And we'll just make it a bit smaller on desktop. Is 6 on desktop. This looks better. So we'll say is offset to desktop. I think this looks good. And then I want the title here, class of title, post of title. Oh. Testing again, and then below here we'll add the post body. So we'll say class post body. Maybe this post doesn't have a post body. Alright. So that one does. But then this looks a bit weird, that this is all the way to the left. So I think we'll just remove the offset. We'll just change this front end stuff up a bit. So we'll say, instead of having this all wrapped, just gonna remove this. Get this back in. This is gonna go in here in a minute, and then the replies can be like this. Can be a bit bigger because we have those nested, so we want to have more space for those. It's gonna be column is 8, and then this can go in here, and then that should be looking better. This happened again. to add a columns class for everyone. Alright, almost there. Don't want the offset. Alright, so I think this is looking a bit better. Maybe on tablet we want to have this a bit smaller. Yeah, we want to have this maybe is 8 on tablet. And I want to add some margins. And I'm just also going to copy that quickly inside of home, which you should probably do it in a separate CSS file, but alright, so I think that's it. We can view the post, reply to posts. So yeah, thank you for watching, and yeah, that's it. Maybe we'll look at implementing reCAPTCHA, but I think that's it for this series. I hope you enjoyed creating this out, and if you have any tips, suggestions on maybe what we can extend on this or the next series, let me know. Thank you for watching, and yeah, hope to see you in the next series. Bye.